Hello all you beautiful people, how you doing here today? This is Love It Temptress and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome, hi! So today we're going to be doing a mod spotlight and the start of a series on this mod. And this mod is called Inventory Pets. We are doing the 1.16.5 version. And this mod, if you have not heard of it, is absolutely fantastic. So what is it? It is a mod that adds these little pets to your inventory. Now, before you get started, you can do it different ways. You can make them where they're craftable, including some of the legendary ones, which have some really OP functions. Or you can also edit them in the configs, so you can't get those unless you find them in these special dungeons that the mod adds. So, first of all, let's take a look. These are some of the recipes for stuff that you're going to need for some of your pets. So, like iron ingots gives you iron nuggets. Well, of course. But coal now gives you coal nuggets. Ender pearl gives you ender nuggets. Emerald gives you emerald nuggets. Lapis plus a dirt, because if not, it's, of course, the dye. Well, so you have to add dirt. I know it's silly, but that gives you lapis nuggets, and then, of course, your gold nuggets. Because that is, along with other things, that is needed for some of your pets. They eat things. So what do you do with these pets? Well, for instance, you can have several. In order for them to work, they have to be on your hotbar. But they each have different types of abilities, and I will go over them fully. That's why I'm going to do different videos on it. But they have to be in your toolbar, which means you're only going to be able to have so many at a time. So you're going to want to pick and choose which ones you want. But for instance, let's see, this is the gassed one. This one right here, for instance, gives you flight. Yeah, that's right. Creative like flight. And then, of course, there's a feed bag, which does not have to be in your straight inventory. It does not have to be on your hotbar. I mean, it can be in your inventory. So the feed bag, if you open it, is what you put some of those food items. I just put a whole bunch of random stuff in here that I was using to set this up. So a lot of this is stuff that they're going to use to eat, but that is where you put their food, so that way it doesn't take up all your inventory space, because who wants that, right? All right, so let me switch out of... You'll notice, even in survival mode, I have flight. That's because of this nice little cloud pet here. Like I said, there's so many different functionalities of all these little pets, but it's too much to go over in one video, so we are going to go over them. But first of all, let's take a look at, well, some that only work during the holidays. Like right now, it's a holiday. So we have a Christmas pet, Hanukkah pet, Kwanzaa pet, and politically correct pet. I know. And then, of course, we have an April Fool's pet also. So these ones only work during those specific holidays. I'll go over the crafting recipe and that later, but like right now, if I take a Christmas pet, which of course is not working because I switched modes. There we go. So if I take a Christmas pet, which this one does not require anything, go back into survival. So what you do to each of the pets when it's a gifting pet, which the holiday ones are, you right click it. When you right click it, it gives you this special little gift, and of course it plays a nice little tune. So then you would simply open it, and it gives you all different kinds of stuff. It's all random, but it's all different kinds of stuff, including you can get the purplicious head, the shirt, this special magic egg. You can get the present like what we got, and then you open it. These cookies, eggnog, candy cane, and rock candy, and they all have different effects, but I will go over what all those are in the holiday one. So what you're probably wanting to know is, well, where do I find these pets, right? there's lots of different places to find these pets. So let's take a look and see where you can actually find them. Also, real quick, if you try to do a holiday pet more than once a day, it will just tell you, you've already gotten your one for today. That's all you get. So basically, that's what it says. All right, so I do have JEI enabled, and I've already found some of these. Of course, you're going to find them coming across the area. So first of all, you can find some in trees. Now, the only ones you can't find in trees are legendary ones, but depending on the configs of the pack, because of course you can add it to a mod pack, then some of those you can only find in the dungeons. All right, so first of all, in trees. So is it any tree? No. It specifically has to be in a forest or in birch forest. And then you will notice, this one looks a little funny. Birch, it's easier to spot on these, but it'll have a chest up here. But, well, debating whether I want to just show you or we probably want to keep those in our inventory. So, let me show you. Let's look and see what's in this beautiful chest. And it is a sheep pet. It's usually a pet, some foods, and all kinds of different stuff. But did you notice the sound that went off? We have to hurry up and take all this because guess what's going to happen when we close this? Oh, did it not go off? Oh, you made a fool of me. You made a fool of me. Okay. There is no TNT in that one. Some of these do have TNT and they will blow up. Most of the time they do, so definitely pay attention to that. And there it is. But you notice we didn't get any damage, and that's because, let's see, fire damage, this one, the creeper immune to explosions. So that one helped us out, and it was fantastic. All right, but let's go take a look at another one and do it the right way. Okay, so here's another one. And again, I've pre-found these, but when you're exploring, whether you're flying because you already have the cloud pet, you can notice a difference in the trees. You'll notice that one looks just a little bit different. That's because that one has the chest in it. But if you look from down here, even if you're traveling on the ground, you can still look up here and see that that one has a chest in it. Okay, so when there's one up here, I always do it this way. And that's because it'll save you a lot of headache. I open it up real quick and break it. Because then you get everything put in your inventory, and because we broke everything underneath first, instead of coming up here on the top of those trees, breaking, seeing if there's a chest, if you open it from the top, it will explode. But if you do it like I did here and take the logs out first, and then open it, you will not have any explosions. So that is the correct way to open it, unless you want to potentially die. Also, notice on our little map up here in the top right corner, we are in a wooded hills here. It is not exactly a forest, but you can also find them in the jungle. They're very, very hard to find in the jungle. I looked all over the place and couldn't find a single one, and just wasn't worth it. But there are other places we can find it. So let's take a look. First of all, we got some clouds up here, right? This is a simple cloud dungeon. At least that's what I call it. So this one, you'll notice, oh, now we got mobbies spawning. And I'm going to use this fancy sword that we got from the mod. It's one of the gifts. The sword, which gives you, it's a solstice sword. It's +9 damage for each hit. Cooldown after 3 seconds. It has Unbreaking 3, Sharpness 4, and Smite 3. So it is a fantastic one to have. But you can also get this armor, which is Unbreaking. It's the whole set. It's all solstice. So Unbreaking 4, Respiration 3, and Aqua Infinity for the helmet. For the chest piece is Fire Protection 4, Projectile Protection 4, Thorns 3. For the leggings, Unbreaking 4, Blast Protection 4, Protection 4. And for the boots, Unbreaking 4, Fire Protection 4, and Feather Falling 4. So even if I were to switch back to survival mode, would still be fine. But you notice you hear that noise. That's because one of my pets just ate something. So you'll notice they have a durability. They typically eat about every 3 times they are used. So if we open this one, now we have an anvil pet. And again, we'll go over all the different pets, but it also gives you just a whole bunch of different things in each chest. And of course, you can take the clouds. These are from inventory pets. There is no crafting recipes for these though. There's both the blocks and there's a spawner, but the spawner one tends to go away. But you can pick these up and use them. All right, as we continue on, you'll see there are several of these. And this, again, you can config. Change in the configs how often they spawn, how far apart they will be, all that good stuff, so that way they're not too OP. Because like right here, they're pretty close together. So you will be fighting mobs. Typically when you're first getting started, until you have like something like the cloud pet, you're going to be building up to these. So you got to be really careful, especially with the blazes, because of course they will knock you back down. So this one has a silverfish pet, more nuggets and stuff. We're not going to take everything. I just wanted to show you, and matter of fact, let me go back to creative mode, because I just want to show you what, there's all these different things that you can get in these. Each one has different pets, different stuff that goes with them. And again, like I said, if you look at it right now, these are pretty close together. I can see that one there, that one there. So this is all configurable. So let me show you that. Okay, so if you would open up the config folder, all this stuff is configurable. I know a lot of people are like, well, inventory pets is really OP. It can be pretty OP, but you can actually disable certain pets. You can disable whether they're going to spawn. You can disable a whole bunch of different things in here, including, let's see, where is the treetop? You can disable, not disable, you can set how far apart. Here we go. Biome pet. Illuminati pet, which is very, very OP. You can make it where it has to be crafted. It's normally on true. Okay, but you can change it to false. You can change whether you have a crafting recipe. And where is what I was looking for? Creeper pet, cooldowns, treetop. Okay, so here's where you can turn off. So turn off treetops. You can, that's where they're on top of the trees, of course. But there's also dungeons and other places. So you can set how far apart they are. So here, frequency treetops. Sorry about that. Thought I had my sounds off. But you can change it right now. Frequency of treetops default is 5, which is why they were so close together. So if you don't want it to be that OP, because it is a little bit, the range is 1 from 10. That's what it tells you here. So you could set it to 10. So it would only be 10 apart. Now, of course, make sure you save it. So that way, and of course, you will not be able to have your pack loaded like I currently do. So this will not factor in to the one I already have loaded. And if you've already been across certain areas, it won't change it, but only for the new areas that you've been to. All right, let's go take a look at more places where we can find these. Okay, so more places to find these. So these are the regular places, the little clouds, but there's special ones called dungeons. And that's what these are up here. These, of course, are very, very high up, so they're a little bit harder to get to. And as you see here, you have an invisible witch. Of course, I changed myself to creative, but they will definitely be more difficult. There's holes in here, so even if you build up, you are definitely going to have a harder time getting to these if you do not have flight when you come up to get them. All right, but there are more pets and stuff up here, including some music disc and things. But of course, you're going to have a bit of a hard time. These are just some of the pets, and as you can see, you'll find them in different little groups. Not to always, but they're there. Oh, that one for some reason we got none spawning, that one we got 2. I've never had it where one does not spawn up here. Oh, there we go. I must have triggered something. All right, so there we go. Going across certain blocks is what triggers it. But you will definitely have stuff you have to fight up here. All right, that's not the only place to find them, so let's take a look at another one. Okay, another place you can find dungeon pets is in the water. No, I don't mean the Guardian Temple there. I mean this thing over here. So if you're traveling in the water, even by boat, you can kind of tell what they are, especially if you know what you're looking for. So this little thing right here may not seem like anything to you, but if you come down to it, you realize it's an actual structure. And this is from Inventory Pets. So the water only comes to here. Now this one, I had already triggered it, so nothing is here. But again, if we open it up, you can see there's lots of different stuff in here. And because it is in the ocean, you do typically get more like sponge and cod and buckets of water and stuff like that. Now, if we go to the second one that I purposely have not triggered yet, that one. And I stayed a little bit further away so you can see, again, that is the structure that you are looking for. Now, if we go inside this one, you'll notice that you have to be a little bit careful. It's always a cave spider, but their names are always different and they're quite a bit funny. I won't ruin the surprise for you. And of course, more pets and stuff, like I said. In the ocean ones, you do get sponge, water, buckets of water, and fish. So if that's something you're looking for anyway, you definitely want to check those out also. But that's not the only place. Okay, the last place that you can find them. Nope. I'm wrong. I skipped one. The next to last place that you can find them is now in the swamps. These used to be in the Nether, and from what I can understand, correct me if I'm wrong, so leave a comment down below. But these are called Nether dungeons because they used to be in the Nether, but I searched far and wide in the Nether and could not find one. So they are now in the swamp biomes. So I've not triggered this one because this one was actually a little bit more difficult to find. But if we go down here, there's always going to be a wither skeleton or 2. Yep. And they all have fancy names, which makes it hilarious. And of course, in the nether ones, you're going to find stuff like obsidian, nether brick, and coal. So I think these are worth it to go to. Plus, I like to take all these brick. I don't know about you, but I like the mossy, especially if you're building or if you have Tinker's Construct enabled. All right, one more place, and let's see where we can go find them. Okay, we have to stay in creative because the last place to find them is underground. So we're going to go down. I found this in spectator mode because, again, these are quite a bit difficult to find. Typically, you would find them... that's not even what we're looking for. I'm guessing what we're looking for is where that name tag is, right there. But this is... I can't see what its name is. This is one that you will definitely find while you're mining, caving, that kind of thing. Yep. This should be the one. The viewer. Which is a weird name. Here we go. So you will come across this mossy stone structure. Sometimes you can see them from caves. Sometimes you cannot. But you'll come in here. There's always... I have always found it with lava here. But sometimes You can find it with this part open to like a cave. They're in all different kinds of stuff, but this one does always spawn underground. And you will find zombies, not always just one. And again, you know, because it's down here, you're going to find more cobwebs, stone bricks, all different kinds of stuff, even stuff sometimes like diamonds. So they're definitely worth checking out. And of course, with the cool names, and he's even holding a diamond shovel. So if you're lucky enough to get that, that would be fantastic. Okay, back here. So like I said, the armor and sword you can only get from as gifts. So that is the only way. There is no crafting recipe or anything for that. We will go over all the holiday ones in a future video. But let me know. Are you a fan of inventory pets, or are you looking forward to learn what they can all do about you? For you. I would do these all as one video, but it would be huge because there's over 64 different pets. And I want to go into detail on how to craft them, what they eat, and exactly what they do, because I feel a lot of people don't show that. They just quickly tell you. And I think, you know, some of these you could really learn from what exactly they can do for you and why you would want them, or maybe you don't want them. But that will be in a future video. Let me know if you're excited for that. It's going to be a whole series, and it's going to be fun, but I'm trying to keep my videos a little bit shorter because you guys seem to like that, even if I put chapters in it. So if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button with the notification bell, so that way you can see when all the new videos come out. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, as always. Until next time, this is Lava Temptress. Don't get burned. Bye!